R.BHUSHAN. Welcome to the program ASG IAS. A friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO, coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. So, strategic thinking and leadership. Strategic thinking and leadership. In this lesson, you learn that strategic thinking is the 4 keys to strategic thinking, how to act strategically, why it's important to lead, characteristic of leadership, and some good books on leadership. What is strategic thinking? Strategic thinking not only helps you to develop a focus plan that takes into account your internal and external relations, situations, but it also enables you to connect, to act strategically when you implement your plan. Strategic thinking, knowing where you want to aim, the resources you need to strike the target, the condition that surround the target, and how you will hit it. Some people are born strategic thinkers. Others have to develop a faculty for thinking in strategic terms. If you feel that you don't think strategically, here are 4 ways that you must make your mental state. If you are a strategic thinker, the 4 keys are for your review. Have a vision. Have a vision. A strategic thinker has a vision or dream to lead people toward. It does not matter if you are developing a plan for your own life or for an organization, division, department, section, group, or whatever. Without being able to clearly envision the purpose of your plan, you will not be able to lead others in its implementation. They too must understand and share the vision of what the plan represents. The fortunate person has a vision, a dream. The fortunate person has a vision, a dream. Know your resources. It is one thing that have a vision. It's quite another for realistically know if you have a where with all the resources to achieve it. Sometimes when you analyze your resources, you may find they are not sufficient to achieve your vision. It doesn't mean necessarily that you have to give up your vision. Rather, it means you will have to use whatever resources you may to take steps toward the vision while you build or acquire additional resources. The wise person knows her strengths and weaknesses. Understand the playing field. Always think in terms of the external environment or playing field within which the plan will implemented. A good player knows the playing field and knows the opportunity and threats it presents. Playing field, the arena or external environment within which you operate. It is where the competition resides and where economic, social, and government and all other factors out their impact on what you do. To help you analyze the arena or playing field, you should ask yourself the following questions. What will motivate those on the playing field to perform the actions I want? Why should those on the playing field react to my plan? When will the things happen that I want to happen? How will they react to my plan? Where do I have to place my resources? Who are all the players that can affect me? Rudyard Kipling 6 questions. Rudyard Kipling 6 questions. As you saw I have applied 6 questions understanding the playing field. These questions should be applied to analyze any and all situation. The strategic thinker examines everything under the light of what, why, when, how, where, and who. Inquisition, the good kind. I keep 6 honest serving men that taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why, when and how and where and who. From The Elephant's Child, Stranger by Rudyard Kipling. Leadership and strategic thinking. Most leaders are strategic thinkers. They have a vision of what they want to do, know what they have to work with, and know how they want it to. They are able to analyze situations and evoke confidence, trust, and respect. It is the leader. So trust, respect, and confidence. These are the 3 words for the leadership quality. It's very difficult to obtain backing for your plans to implement them unless you can exercise leadership. Leaders are almost always strategic thinkers. In today's organizational environment, it's more and more often assumed that each individual will be a strategic planner and a leader. Central strategic planning departments are going from doing all the planning to being the coordinate, orchestrate, and the resources supplied so that at every level can do this own strategic planning for this activity. Try to do both. For you plan and have someone else to the implementing is never effective as being that plan implement and those that implement plan. What is leadership? I did a small study of leadership for New York University Business Leadership Committee, for which I am a member. The survey involved 30 people in the 5 countries. Here are the consolidated response to the 5 questions are asked. This fact, whatever I am telling you, this taken from Planning Edwin E. Bobro book. Leadership, the ability to get people to follow someone toward a specific goal. Leadership, the ability to get people to follow someone's toward a specific goal. The defining qualities of leadership. The ability to get people to follow one toward a specific goal is seen as a defining quality of a leader. Just as important thought is the sense of vision, the ability to use the big picture and perhaps the ability to anticipate the picture before it becomes visible to the average eye. Another frequently mentioned defining quality is respect. More specifically, the ability to command respect from those whom one is leading. Honesty, an air of confidence, character, integrity are also mentioned. Characteristic inherent to a leader. The most frequent mentioned characteristics were vision, charisma, fairness, ethical, moral strength, and intelligence. Also mentioned were ability to communicate, honesty, energy, empathy, confidence, and the courage to stand up one's belief. The best leadership book you can recommend it. The response range from Tom Peters and Robert H. in Search of Excellence to be a Bandler and the Grinder series on a neuro-linguistic program from The Man Who Changed the World. Gail Seeley's book on the GORBACHAO to How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Others included Whole Manager, Dennis P. Sullivan, PhD, and Leadership and the 1 Minute Manager, Blanchard. Mark Bobrow compiled of this study added to the following observation. If I may add a cultural, pragmatic view, the first one a leader must lead, of course, is himself. That is, the leadership comes first from within. At the same time, though, leadership is a socio-cultural construct. It is the convergence of individual vision, influence to be assured by a social and cultural context, and the historical cultural movement that, for the better or worse, produce effective leader. I can think for no better articulations of the qualities, habits, and mind, vision, and potential dangers, both individual and the societal, of what is here being called leadership than the essay of the Ralph Waldo Emerson, particularly Self-Reliance, Circles, and the American Scholar, the journals of the Henry David Thoreau, including Well and the workbook of the William James, especially Pragmatism and the Varieties of the religious experience. Can a leadership be taught? Can leadership be taught? Can leadership be taught? Most survey participants felt that leadership skills such as openness, honesty, and communication. Openness, honesty, and communication can be taught, refined, or enhanced, but that are certain qualities inherent in the leader, such as vision and charisma, that cannot be taught. One response suggested that while it may be possible to bring out dormant leadership characteristic, it is not possible to create those characteristics in an individual, nor it should be added. Does it seem possible to teach someone to have it to lead? Is leadership replacing management or augmenting it? Response to these questions were fairly divided. Some felt that leadership is replacing management. Others felt enhancing management, and still others felt that leadership neither replaced nor augmented management, but rather complements it. One respondent said that the two are different sides of the same coin, that one must recognize situations that call of management and those that call leadership, be able to move comfortably between the two. Another suggested that management is being gutted from the organization, and what often passes for leadership is nothing more than plain old-fashioned unadulterated greed. My own feeling is that leadership and management are blending. There is a great need for managers who are leaders, and that is what corporate America is looking for. So in this lesson, you learn that strategic thinking is the 4 keys of strategic thinking, how to act strategically, why it's important to lead, characteristic of leadership, and some good books on the leadership. Thank you.